What is happening, Metasites? I'm back with a brand new video topic, and this one is going to be pretty serious. I want to talk a little something deals with mental health and also trying to improve your lifestyle at a time where it's most convenient just to stay at home when things seem pretty bad. Like what I was going to talk about and address. Last night I was wrestling with some demons, I guess. Depression. I feel sad sometimes when I'm out here alone. I don't really have anyone to talk to. I don't have a job. You see, I don't really find it very easy to be able to find people to talk to in the city, especially when I don't have a high enough budget. I go around the city on foot. I don't have a car. I have to deal with a lot of financial struggles that I think many men had to deal with, apart from other struggles, like many men are feeling the pressure of being able to do everything. They have high expectations from women who are now, I guess, feministic, hypergamous. They want to find a man who could provide, but we're living in a society right now where men are being vilified and looked at as toxic. They're bringing in, they're bringing in people from the East. First of all, I am an able-bodied man who's pretty intelligent. I'm not going to say the most intelligent, but fairly intelligent. I'm able-bodied. I've taken care of kids. I've sold suits as a salesman. I went to film school. I was out there for 3 years. It's pretty difficult. I tried to start up my own business in media and marketing and design. That didn't work out. I had a studio. That's not going to get into that, but yeah, right now this was only supposed to be a temporary setup. I'm living in a stranger's basement, and I didn't expect to stay here as long as I have. But then the pandemic and life happened. People around here don't seem particularly interested in coming together and jamming. We don't seem to vibe that much. It's like a different atmosphere when you're living in a different city, like the one I'm in. I'm not going to say where, but I'm going to say it's much different than Toronto was. The culture is very different. Around here, people are very, in the boomer generation, people like to keep to themselves. When it gets dark, the lights are off. I should even be keeping my voice down because I'm not in an area where I should be making too much noise, because I'm actually living next to people that I don't know. And I wanted that to change by the end of 2022. I wanted to find a nice girl who was involved in not the same things I was interested in, but involved in maybe media or art, or just be open-minded and very very caring person, somebody who wouldn't be brainwashed by the feminism ideology, which is now being pushed to many women to think that they deserve the world, but are not necessarily very caring, loving women. They're just they want they expect more out of men these days, but they're not willing to look at the traditional aspect of like family, and they see themselves as equal to men. And I'm not going to get into how men and women shouldn't be looked at as equal, because that's not particularly how God designed men and women in the traditional sense. How relationships and families, how they grow and work. But I mean, the dating scene, honestly, it's become intolerable. People have to go online now for dating. There's all these apps which I'm not familiar with. I wasn't even gonna plan to start. The only alternative, honestly, going downtown to the bars and finding promiscuous women at age 18 and 20 when they don't even go to a church or understand what real values are. And we're talking about teens and women who grew up in the 2000s. I grew up in 1980. I was born in 1985. I grew up in the 90s. So I remember the age before the internet. I can remember that far back. Today, everybody's on social media. Everybody's on their phones. And it's a different time, man. I mean, I remember back when I went to film school.